Warriors. You guys battled them pretty good, especially offensively through the first three quarters. Just what did you see happening in the fourth that made it hard to sustain what you put up?
I think ball movement, kind of dried up a little bit. But, really it was like those offensive rebounds at the other end of the floor that hurt us more than the fourth. When we got off to a slow start offensively, both the third and the fourth quarter. But I felt confident we would be able to come back. But so many second shots, and it's difficult at that point. So.
Is that, AD's size just
he should have dominated us. He had size, he had every length, he had all that stuff. Was in the paint for 7-8 seconds every time they shot the ball. It's easy to go get it, but we got to do a better job of rooting them out. So.
It seems like this team has been defensive first all year. With the injuries that you have now, you have to pivot a little bit to more of a...
No, we don't have to... I was a little disappointed. It took us way too long to find our physicality on the ball. I don't know if we were playing to keep ourselves out of foul trouble. It was clear they weren't going to blow the whistle a lot, so we should have been way more physical in the beginning of the game. Once we started to get physical in the third, we were right back in the game. But we needed to do that more from the beginning.
So when Nas 21 in the first half, 4 after halftime, what did they do defensively to try to take him?
They flipped the matchup a little bit. They put Davis on McDaniels, left him in the paint, they just switched a little bit more off and around the ball. I thought Nas still had good opportunities. I didn't feel like that they kind of completely X'd him out of the game. The other guys were getting involved. We were trying to go other ways, different matchups to kind of pick on some of the things that we did or didn't want to switch. So,
just in general, with Nas, last year when Carl went out, that was kind of the time he really stepped up and kind of maybe kicked his game up a notch. Is this maybe an opportunity now for him to really cement, and maybe take another step in terms of his growth and development with Carl being out?
I think so. He's proved that all year, though, to be honest with you. His numbers have been, not just his numbers, but his play, his impact off the bench. His numbers with Rudy have been really, really strong. But, yeah, we need him to play like this right now, being in the position that we're in. Yeah.
Understanding Ant's always had an important role, obviously. How have you seen him adjust his play with, Cat and Rudy out tonight?
Well, he's definitely upped his aggressiveness. The ball's in his hands a lot more. He still has to continue to make the right reads out there. I think he needs to play a little quicker at times, catch and shoot, catch and drive. But for the most part, I see him trying to do all the right things. So.
Do you have a read on how long Rudy might be out yet?
No, I do not, no. So.
Just kind of defensively when Rudy's not out there. You mentioned the physicality, but does it change kind of styles? We're kind of searching for maybe.
Well, we started the game trying to be aggressive in pick and roll. They did a good job of picking that apart. They got a lot of hit the pocket. They played through it. Ball found LeBron. LeBron's going to find the right play all the time. So we looked a little rusty there, but tried some zone. We tried to do everything. We were up. We were back. We were pick and roll. A lot of things. We had to be more physical on the ball and more impactful on the ball. So.
Do you like the shots that you generated a lot? The first three quarters it seemed like even Jaden, a couple guys. Wide open looks that just didn't.
Yeah, for sure. I thought the ball moved really well. I thought the bodies were moving pretty well. Got a little static there in the second half at times, but for the most part, I thought. I was pretty pleased with the offense, So.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.